Hey, it's Joe, and welcome back to Humanfluence. There's a story buried in Genesis that seems simple on the surface, a tale of early humans building a tower to the heavens. God descends, confounds their language, scatters them across the earth. But what if this wasn't just a historical fable? What if it was a code, a metaphor for something deeper? Something about consciousness, frequency, and the fall from unity? This is the hidden meaning of the Tower of Babel. Genesis 11:4 says, "Come, let us build ourselves a city, with a tower that reaches to the heavens, so that we may make a name for ourselves." But this wasn't just about bricks and mortar. This was about reclaiming divine power. Humanity, still fresh from Eden, was building something symbolic. A tower of unification, a structure that could pierce the veil, not just physically, but energetically. Before the fall, Scripture tells us the whole world had one language and one speech. One language, but not just Hebrew, not English, not Sumerian. This was the original language, the language of light. Ancient mystics speak of it. The Egyptians encoded it in their glyphs. The Kabbalists call it the language of emanation. Some even say it was pure vibration, sound that could shape reality. Think about it. John chapter 1 verse 1 says, "In the beginning was the Word." Sound, frequency, vibration. I just made a video, I'll link here. The builders of Babel were using language not just to communicate, but to co-create. They were aligning in intention, frequency, and will. And that made them dangerous, not to God, but to the control systems. What was the tower really? It wasn't just a building. It may have been a resonant structure like a pyramid or ziggurat, a device to harness energy, a portal, a ladder, a spine of awakening. Think about Jacob's ladder, or the kundalini rising through the chakras. They literally wanted to build a tower to find God. It could have represented the spinal column, with the pineal gland as the gate to divine communion. A human technology, a collective soul remembering its blueprint until it was interrupted. The scattering, a war on consciousness. So what does confounding the languages really mean? Maybe it wasn't just verbal, maybe it was a genetic intervention, a fragmentation of the collective mind, a split in our DNA communication channels, like unplugging the wires between hemispheres of a cosmic brain. Modern science shows us that language shapes the way we think. Split the language and you split perception, worldview, and ability to unify. What if the scattering of languages was a scattering of conscious potential? What if the original human frequency bandwidth was divided, jammed, and coded with artificial limitations? Mind you, this is one of many, many interpretations. Let's dive a little deeper. The Babel code in our DNA. Remember, DNA is a language. It's written in 4 chemical letters with syntax, grammar, and the ability to store infinite memory. Some scientists say DNA responds to spoken language and frequency. That's why chanting, prayer, and sacred mantras affect the body, because vibration reactivates dormant codes, so to speak. So what if the Tower of Babel story was really about a lost ability to access their full blueprint? A time when humans remembered who they were, and something or someone made sure that memory fractured. The real fall from unity to division. Punishment wasn't pride, the punishment was division. The Tower of Babel is the moment humanity stopped seeing itself as one organism. It's the birth of otherness, of borders, of tribes, of us versus them. It's the metaphysical split of the higher and lower mind and the beginning of spiritual amnesia. We became isolated data points in a divine network, disconnected from source and unable to reassemble the puzzle. Until now, the tower is rising again. In the age of information, we are reversing Babel. Languages are merging, frequencies are syncing, truths once hidden are re-emerging, and symbols, numbers, dreams. The new tower isn't a structure. It's you. Your spine, your soul, your activated DNA, reaching back towards source. Realigning with others, reconstructing the language of light. You are the tower, You are the Word made flesh, and the fall is over. Time to rise. Humanfluence out.